Oh, a little bit higher. There we go. Hello everyone. So it's my third try at this. Hopefully I'll get it right this time. And enjoy. So the new experiment video today is trying to find out how to measure, or not how to measure, but to measure the boost and spool speed from the smaller turbo I want to put onto the TVR compared with the big turbo that I've just taken off, which was a bit on the slow, sluggish, lethargic side. So I've put the big turbo on the flow bench. I'm pushing air through the turbine with the flow bench, measuring the airflow and the pressure that comes out of the compressor. And then I'm going to do the same experiment, oh no, with the smaller turbocharger. So far, I'll just show you the, come on Bloblet, off you go, go on, be a co-pilot, that's it. So far, here's the big bastard, as in really pretty big, fist in the inlet size. There's the pipe coming out of the flow bench. This is all weighted down with lead weights because it was blowing it off the pipe, off the mount. Pushing air through the turbine, spinning this wheel here, like so, and then coming out of that hole. There's a little metal plate in here which makes a restriction, so I'm measuring the pressure that builds up. And with the turbine housing open, Theo, stop it. I got this line here, which is how much pressure is coming out of the compressor per lift, or effectively actually I'm doing it per airflow. And this one here is the same turbocharger but with the compressor housing half blocked off, so all the air has to go down one side of a divided scroll turbo. Sorry about the camera, Theo's playing with the tripod feet. So obviously it's working. We're getting a good representation of the increase in spool due to the restriction in the airflow. So now I'm going to do the same experiment with this little turbocharger, a little bit littler, and see if it's any better. Is that right, Theo? Can I get a yes? No? Okay. I'll be back with that. I'll video that for posterity. Thought it might be fun to show you this one, getting all spool-tastic with it. Because it's a bit noisy. Where's my headphones? That's at a pretty low depression. See we're oscillating a bit. I'll turn it up a wee bit. So here I am testing the holset HX40, and it's a good one. So let's have a wee looky. Just put this down. Just zooming in. Okay. So that's the very small IHI I had on the car before as the first stage. That's my big holset. That's my big holset with the spool up valve in it. That's the HX50 with the spool up valve in it. And these two are the two graphs of that turbocharger there, the HX40, which is spooling up as well as the tiny IHI up to here. Then it's a little bit slower up to here. But all in all, I think that's a pretty goddamn good bit of kit. Maybe going on the car. Morning horsepower fans. So this morning I'm testing this other holset, which is also an HX40, but it's got a notched wheel and it's got a bigger wheel, 60mm, and it's also got a bigger housing, turbine housing at a 19. So this is probably going to scream like a bastard. Well, that's a bizarre thing, considering that I had a great big chunk missing out of one tooth, and I ground away opposite side of the wheel another tooth to sort of balance it up. It actually seems to be perfectly well balanced, which is a shame because that two wheels got to be thrown away. Any road up. Let's see what we got. Hopefully the last test. This is the HX40 notched wheel version with half the port blocked off on the turbine housing. This should be good.